Why I'm flipping us on now, and we're on. Oh my god, I gotta start up the scorekeeper. God damn it.
Nice job, Johnny.
Aren't you glad that you said that after you flipped us on?
Oh well.
Come.
Okay. Okay, now we're ready to go.
Smashing.
You guys ready to start the show?
I always forget that that's on the board.
I'll take that as a yes. All right. 5,
Myself.
4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome to Game That Tune.
Oh, yeah. What's going on, everybody? It is Game That Tune back in the house once again. It is ya boy, John Harrington here, and we got John Regan with us. Say hey.
Hey.
We got Jesse Moore. Say hey.
Hey.
And we've got David Fleming. Say hey.
Hey.
Hell yeah, guys. Welcome back to Game That Tune. It's the internet's one and only, most excellent video game music guessing game show. And if you're just joining us here on Game That Tune, what we're going to do is we are going to guess some video game music. We've each brought 3 songs from games. We try to guess the games based on the songs with a little bit of trivia. We goof off. We have a lot of fun. The winner at the end of the night gets to pick the theme for the next episode and play their bonus tunes. And our winner last week, it feels so strange for me to be saying this. The winner last week was John Regan.
Yeah, it was.
It was.
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah, hold on. Let me check my notes. Yeah, it's in there. And, it's right there in the script. John Regan. He crossed out Jesse, and it says John Regan. But it's got initials by it, so I assume it's official.
Whose initials?
Yeah, hold on. I'll make those. It looks like a J, so we'll just get to the bottom of that. Johnny, you are last week's winner, so what'd you pick for the theme for this week's episode?
Well, last week we did Sega Genesis games, so I thought it was only fair to do Super Nintendo and cover basically all of the 16-bit generation in 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's good, John. Yeah, the entire 16-bit generation. There definitely wasn't any other systems.
What about the TurboGrafx?
Yeah.
Any other systems that mattered?
Oh,
shots fired!
Damn, dude. You know we have like a fan base that likes video game music and like deep dives and things, right? You can't really come out with scorching hot takes like that, you know.
And like you're one to talk. You use Linux all the time. That's like the PC engine of the computer world.
And how many Sega Saturns do you own, John?
17.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I thought. But yeah, so we're doing the other classic 16-bit system, arguably the greatest classic 16-bit system, the Super Nintendo, on tonight's episode, and I think it's going to be a fantastic show. It's my mightiest of wheelhouses. I fucking love the Super Nintendo. That's why I've almost always the one bringing it for the show. So I'm I hate to admit that I'm almost scraping the barrel on like super fond memories of Super Nintendo games, but there's so many. I can pick them and talk about them as though I love all of them, because I do. I love all of them. Super Nintendo's an excellent system. And yeah, it's going to be a great show tonight, man. We got 5 great games. We got a great fan request, and I think we just got to jump right into it, Johnny. So what do we got coming for game 1?
Game 1.
we haven't used this?
So, this is a real deep cut of a game. In one interview, it was revealed that in a developer's interview that one character was added both because it was the 10th anniversary of his debut game, but also because his shirt was easy to design. And bonus, I guess, if anybody can name that character.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
All right, so let's see here. Let's play the hat trick sound because everybody wrote. It's hard to read David's. Oh, he wrote Super Mario Kart and he
Well,
drew
that's
the
really
title
good,
screen.
David.
That's
Holy
solid.
crap.
That's excellent.
This is Super Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo.
And I believe the character is Donkey Kong Jr.
That is correct. So
He only gets the point because we were being polite. I could have said that too.
So yeah,
There's so few characters for whom this game could have been their 10th anniversary. But yeah, man, fucking Super Mario Kart, Johnny. I can't believe we finally got this on the show.
Yeah, I can't believe we hadn't used it yet. Probably because it's really easy.
That's the thing, man. People ask us like all the time with like GTC radio and stuff. It's like, how is this not on the radio? I'm like, well, because the radio is based on what we use on the podcast. It's like, yeah, but like, shouldn't you have used The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past? But now it's like, yeah, it's a really fucking easy game to guess. Nobody wants to choose it. Like,
I thought we had used Link to the Past.
yeah, I know. I was using that as an example from the past, where it's like, oh yeah, shit, we've greatly overlooked Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past.
Yeah,
I was about to say, it's like, wait, I could have used Link to the Past tonight?
Oh!
I mean, we're trying to be competitive and serious here. Why are we going to throw softballs left and right?
That's just
So,
Johnny's
Johnny,
style,
Super
man.
Mario Kart.
Oh, so good.
Yep.
Yeah, I really played a lot of the original Super Mario Kart. It's a pretty fun game. I
No,
will
it's not.
say every single sequel is better, like way better. Like
Usually, yeah.
This game is weird, man.
it's not bad, but it's just not as good as like Mario Kart 64, Double Dash, the Game Boy Advance ones.
That's
Yeah.
debatable. The Game Boy Advance one, it's do not care for that game.
I do
Really?
find it.
I mean, even more so than Super Mario Kart. Like, Super Mario Kart's just old and janky, man. Like, and I would figure they would apply that jank to the Game Boy Advance.
I mean, it's old and janky, but it has a charm to it. Whereas, like Mario Kart Super Circuit, they knew better. Like, they knew what they were doing by that point.
Right. That's true. But yeah, Jesse, were you gonna say something about this being old and janky?
Kind of like it's weird when you play it, like just single player. It still cuts half your screen.
Yeah.
Like you get that weird like map and all the other characters just driving around in that one thing. Like you'd rather just have a big screen that you could see, your character racing and stuff. It's really weird.
That's one of those things that it was like I don't want to say it's like a Mandela effect or whatever, because it's just me misremembering it, but it's like same thing with like Double Dragon on the NES. It's like I could swear I played this 2 players at some point. It's like I could swear I played Mario Kart not on a bizarre split screen at some point. Like, no, It was always like that. And, it's either showing that map or it's giving you a rear view mirror that you're not asking for. Like, it is very odd they couldn't figure out how to format a whole screen for, I think they had the same problem with like the original Top Gear. Like, there was something about SNES racers where it took them a minute to figure out how to use the whole screen.
Yeah, I definitely remember playing this game like over at friends' houses and whatnot, because I famously did not have a Super Nintendo. So but I definitely played this game. And then I remember like when they released it on the Virtual Console or whatever, and they had a trailer for it, and I watched it's like, oh yeah, Super Mario Kart. Oh yeah, it did that weird ass thing where they split the screen in half for some reason.
Well, F-Zero came out like 2 years before this, and that was also like a Mode 7 racing game. And that used the whole screen.
Yeah.
And it had no 2-player. So,
well, it had no
there you
2-player, and it also had 4 cars on the track at once. Super Mario Kart had 8.
he's right. In fairness, actually, F-Zero had 4 cars, and then all those fucking annoying computer drone cars that you had to avoid. Like,
Oh, those are the worst.
I think I've only played the original F-Zero once, so yeah.
Damn, actually, you're missing out. It is pretty fun. But yeah, there's like 20 cars in each race, but like only 4 of them are actual cars, like with character. The rest are just like there to get in your way. But yeah, I mean, Super Mario Kart, like, it was fun. Obviously everybody that has Super NES played the shit out of this because, I mean, it was 2 players, it was racing, it was battle mode. I mean, say what you will about how dated this is. This shit was fun back in the day. But yeah, no, it's dated horribly. Like,
I don't know, the battle mode still holds up.
Battle mode's pretty fun. I just have a hard time controlling any of it. Like, if you try to go back to this from like with a modern perspective, and it's like, man, the drifting in this is all fucked up. Like,
I don't know how it works.
I was gonna say, is there drifting? I thought you just kind of hopped.
Yeah, you hop and you try to drift, and it fucking spins you out immediately. Like, it's very difficult to control this game. Like I said, especially with modern Mario Kart in mind. Like, I'm gonna make this hairpin turn. It's like, nope, you just like spun all the way the fuck out, and now you're up against a barricade. Like, you really fucked this up, Yoshi.
You could really lose ground in that game too. Like, you can get turned around so bad.
Yeah, there's some fucked up AI too. Like, I don't know what's going on with these guys, but they always catch you. And the weird thing too with the AI, it's not like they would collect item boxes and attack you with different things. They would attack you with like special items in this one.
I was always so pissed because like Bowser could throw a fireball as a computer, but there's no way to do it.
There's no fireball items.
Yeah.
Same thing with the poison mushroom. Fucking Peach can throw a poison mushroom, and if you hit it, it shrinks you. And it's like, okay, that's actually kind of dope. When can I get that item? You can't. Like, yeah, you'll get a green shell, and you'll try to aim it, and you'll like it.
Yeah. It'll probably hit you.
Yeah, you'll probably hit yourself. Let's be real here. Enjoy your banana peel, and for good measure, here is a coin. Fucking coins. I'm so mad they brought those back as an item. Like, Mario Kart 8 really pissed me off with coins again. Like, oh cool, I'm in first place in a race. I need an item to defend myself. Coin. Okay, I see how it's going to be. Programmers of Mario Kart 8, you fucking bastards.
Yeah, but then when you get hit with an item, you can use that coin to get like a 1 second speed boost. So really that makes up the difference.
Honestly, I need to like find the video clip I saved, because I literally won a race that way once. It was kind of the coolest thing that's ever happened in Mario Kart 8. I fucking got hit by like a red shell right at the finish line, and as I was trying to fucking get there, I hit the coin thing, and me and the other guy had like a fucking photo finish. It was phenomenal. But anyway, fuck coins. But yeah, I mean, in Mario Kart, in Super Mario Kart, it wasn't so egregious. It's just trying to think of what the other items were. Could you get the feather?
In Super Mario Kart, there were like 2 other items. Like,
yeah.
In Mario Kart 8, you have a much wider selection, so bringing coins back just pisses you off.
Yeah, that's true. It's like, hey, if I'm in first place, how about you give me the bullet instead of the coin? That way I can just go on autopilot for a while. No, coin for you. But yeah, Super Mario Kart, you had the the shells, the banana peel. I can't remember if you could get the feather in normal. You could get a feather in normal race because there was one with a shortcut. Like one of the ghost tracks had the shortcut that you had to jump.
The giant, fucking shortcut.
And the ghost, of course. And stars, Mario Kart stuff. I don't know, man. It's so old school. Does Johnny? It's your pick. Do you have a favorite track from Super Mario Kart?
No.
Of course not.
I don't know. Probably was there more than one Bowser's Castle in this one? I feel like there was.
That was one of the things again that I had forgotten about because I'm so used to modern Mario Karts where like every track is different in this. It's like you go to Donut Plains, you go to Choco Mountain, you go to Bowser's Castle, and then you go to Donut Plains and Chocolate Mountain and Bowser's Castle. There's
and here's Koopa Troopa Beach.
There's like 4 versions of every track.
Yeah, and the fantastic Vanilla Lake. That's one that came around again.
That's right, because it was before Mario Land 2, so it was before it was Sherbert Land because Sherbert Land didn't exist yet.
Yep. Yeah. I was wondering why Vanilla Lake felt so fucking foreign to me. I'm like, I remember like going through these things. I'm like, Vanilla Lake? What the fuck? Oh, it's an ice level. Well, 1, fuck that. And then 2, all future like Mario Kart ice levels are more recognizably like Sherbert Land or Frappe Snowland. Vanilla Lake just sounds all wrong. And it was terrible. But the game was cool, man. I don't know. I'm not shitting on it by any means. It's just it's the oldest of the Mario Kart games, and besides David's low opinion of Mario Kart Super Circuit, I feel like it's inarguable that it's the worst Mario Kart game. Like, but now hold on. Are we counting Arcade GP in this? Like, does Arcade beat this? I think it does just by virtue of you driving a Mario Kart, right?
Yeah, I feel like Arcade beats it by virtue of not being Super Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo.
Okay, badass. Yeah, damn. With the fucking shade and yeah, that's what I was asking, John. Like a mediocre arcade Mario Kart beats this?
Yeah, let's be real. Like, there's like it's got its charm. It's a charming game, to steal a phrase from John. I played a lot of it when I was a kid, and I had a good time playing it. But I did try finding this up in an emulator the other week to get reacquainted. I'm sorry, I tried finding this up in my Super Nintendo Classic.
Yeah, I've got that too. Yeah.
To get reacquainted, and like, it's just not. It's really hard to play it now. There's some modern mechanics of Mario Kart are just way better than this. Like the drifting, I can't figure out the fucking drifting anymore. I used to be good. I used to be able to do all the hairpin turns like no problem. Now I'm like, fuck. Like I'm just constantly running off the track.
That's the other thing. I'm like, I feel like I used to be really good at this, and now it's just like, hold on, I suck. Like, I really suck. And in this one, you can't suck, or you can't advance. You can get a game over in this. Like,
yeah, I do wish they would bring back. Weird. I wish they'd bring back Donkey Kong's shirt. Donkey Kong hasn't worn a shirt in a long time.
Well, that's because it's Donkey Kong Jr. and not Donkey Kong.
They're the same Kong.
That's debatable. Oh
my god.
But now we're going to get into a Mario Lord discussion, and we could be here all night long.
Hey, Johnny.
He got a little responsible, and he got a tie instead of a tank top, man. He aged up a little bit. It's just how these things go.
What were you going to say, Jesse?
Quick question from the chat. Is Uniracers a better racing game than Super Mario Kart?
Oh, God. Oh, what a shitty question.
I'm glad that's a question for you, not me, brother.
Oh, man, I don't know. They're both really terrible. Like, why? Don't make me... Like, that's like, what's better, dog shit or cat shit? Like, what? They're both shit.
Okay, man, come on. Like, at least come up with a cogent simile if you're gonna fucking dismiss the question. What the fuck?
What? That is a great simile,
John. I don't know.
It's not a simile. It doesn't use like or as.
I'm just saying, like, don't compare it to shit and shit. Like, do a little better than that, John. Like,
it's like trying to say which is better, Saw 5 or Saw 6. I don't know if those actually exist. I have no idea if they made that many Saw
They
movies.
do, but what are you doing? What? Wow.
I feel like you're the only one not understanding this. I understand this.
Oh no, I understand it, John. I just want you to do better with your comparisons. That's all. Like, I understand the point you're making. I just don't want you to talk shit versus shit or Saw 5 versus Saw 6. Like, there's gotta be better ways to convey this.
What? Shit versus shit. Mario Kart for Super Nintendo versus Uniracers. It makes sense. I don't see the problem here.
Hey, I think you should show a little respect to Super Mario Kart because it created a genre.
It did.
Like, how often do games create genres?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, game 2. I just fucking finished the discussion.
Game
I think that was a mic drop.
Finally.
When the boss of the pyramid stage is defeated in only one hit, it is revealed to be which friendly character in disguise? I assume we're all feeling fantastic after that.
Yeah.
That's not enough to check the. Oh wait, okay. I said to check the games used so far. It's like,
Let's see. We got 2 up. Oh, we got 3 up. Everybody says Aladdin. That's 3 wishes. They're all validated. I grant you your wish. You get a point apiece.
I love when the genie validates my wishes.
Exactly.
now can we call it Al or maybe just Din? Or
Now-
how about Lottie?
Laddie.
Now, if only he would validate my parking.
Johnny, that's not funny.
I
It's
think
just
that
not.
actually deserves a Mario too.
None of us live in Los Angeles. We don't have to deal with validated parking. God damn it. Jeez, it's a very sitcom-y joke. Which has no place in Aladdin, quite frankly. And Aladdin doesn't make sitcom-y jokes; it makes pop culture references. And in the case of the SNES game, it makes none of that. It's a really good platforming game. It's not really irreverent like the movie. This is carrying over from last week's episode. We had a brief discussion of gargoyles that was interrupted by a brief tangent in which everybody decided they wanted to shit on Aladdin for the SNES, except Jesse. Jesse, you're all right. But Johnny, fuck you.
I like how you say everybody and then focus solely on Johnny because he was the only one.
What's that? I didn't hear someone talking because they had the opinion of an 8-year-old last week when they said, "Oh, you can't play with a sword in the SNES, Aladdin. You have to throw apples," revealing themselves to be a tiny-brained child with regards to good games.
And I did that
You
thing.
also throw apples. You also throw apples in the Genesis version too. So,
Considering I haven't played either of these, I don't recall having an opinion. I just remember saying I thought the difference was apples versus sword.
It really didn't help. It really didn't help when you held your tongue with your fingers so that when you said apples, it sounded like assholes. Like, that really did not help with the maturity idea.
Yeah. David always throwing assholes.
no, that's so stupid that we did as kids. Hey, hold your tongue while you say apples. You cuss.
Here, go down to the ground real quick and take a bunch of deep breaths, and I'm going to hold your neck until you pass out. Cool! You never made each other pass out? I guess it was just a me thing.
No, God, no. Were you abused as a child?
Not by anybody of authority. It's what we did at the bus stop, man. Anyway, Aladdin for the SNES. None of that applies to Aladdin for the SNES. A fantastic game. Okay, well, David's officially recused himself from discussing this because he admits he hasn't played any of it. He just likes swords versus apples. But Johnny...
I could discuss the movies until I'm blue in the face, but... John's giving me another sign. I'm going to sit back.
Blue,
all right.
Blue in the face.
I actually didn't mean that as a joke. I swear to God.
Okay. Cool. I maintain my boo. Johnny, seriously, man, you really think the Genesis Aladdin's better than the SNES Aladdin?
You know, it's actually been a long time since I've played either. So I played the Genesis as a kid and I loved it, but I did have to cheat a lot. So maybe it's not actually good.
I knew it. All right.
I still have the level skip code memorized. You pause, then you hit AABB AABBA.
Wow. SNES had nothing of the sort. It was just a good platforming game. All right, cool. Jesse, let us mature men talk. Aladdin on the SNES. How do you feel about this game, my man?
It's challenging, but the level design makes sense.
Yes.
It doesn't suffer from warehouse syndrome, which a lot of games at the time did, where they just had this big, just inscrutable area where you had to just wander around and either collect stuff or find the exit, and no telling where that fucking exit is.
Seriously. That was my problem with the Aladdin on the Genesis. Like, I just could never make sense of any of it. Like, there's entirely too much shit going on. Like, Aladdin on SNES, it seems a little basic. Aladdin on the Genesis, I mean, fucking, there's just too much going on. You're wandering out Agrabah with a sword. You got genie lamps that you can knock over. You got pots that shoot up ropes like snake charm snakes. You got guards, you got just all kinds of traps. You can't tell what's a platform and what's part of the background. I mean, it's just crazy, and the one on SNES, they got Capcom, and then Capcom's like, hey, I got an idea. Let's just make it a good platformer. You collect some jewels. You can stun certain enemies with the apples. Some of them you can actually kill with the apples. You can do a little springboard jump. You got a parachute. That's just a cloth. So, it's kind of like Breath of the Wild.
Man, could you imagine how fucked up you'd have to be to kill someone with an apple?
Dude. And actually, I mean, most of the things you kill with an apple are like small animals.
That's
Like,
kind of fucked up too. Like if you just like found like a rabbit and beat it to death with an apple, like that's fucked up.
There's the weird thing you only see in video games where there's like a bird, or it's like an overturned pot with wings and feet sticking out of it. It's kind of like that egg thing. It's like that egg thing from the Garfield side cartoon, the farm cartoon. And you throw an apple at it and it dies. So yeah, only in video games do you kill small animals with apples. But other things, you just you hop off of them. And it's got some cool like swinging stuff. There's swinging sections. There's a fun level that takes place inside the lamp. I know that's also in the Genesis version, but like really, apart from the Genesis version have better graphics, like it's just not that much fun. And it's Johnny admits it. He had to cheat to win. This one, it was tough, but it rewarded your persistence, and it rewarded you having to write down stupid passwords. Because I've talked about it before. The password system for this was fucking stupid. They would give you 4 pictures, and it's like Jafar, Abu, Genie, magic carpet, and it's like, God damn it, I don't feel like writing that down. Like,
you just draw the pictures of them when you write the code down.
Exactly. That's even more inscrutable. I'm a terrible artist.
Hey, it's great now playing those old games and using your cell phone to take a picture of the password.
No shit.
Back then you had to use like your little disposable camera and then go get it developed. And by the time you got the pictures back, you'd already returned the game to Blockbuster.
Yeah.
So you
had a Polaroid.
The struggle was real. Yeah, let's use the Polaroid.
Could you imagine somebody coming to your house like,
photo?
What are all these Polaroids of? Just of the TV screen? What's
really fuzzy television? Oh, what are they? Oh, it's Aladdin. Okay, cool. I like that game. What a waste of film.
Sorry, there was a pyramid level.
Okay, so yes, I believe both games do include some shit that wasn't in the movie. Because
that's like a couple 100 miles from the setting of Aladdin.
Yeah, I think it's like you bust out of the Cave of Wonders, and I don't know, the way they justify it with stories like Abu falls off the carpet and falls into a pyramid,
falls into Egypt.
Yeah. Gets caught in a draft and just sails to Egypt.
I mean, I know that like in the movie, like in a single night, they fly on the carpet and go to like Egypt and Greece and China, but still, like, that's a bit drastic.
Doesn't Aladdin get like banished to like Siberia in like one of the towers and then has to fly back to Agrabah on the rug or something? Like,
and he makes the trip in like 20 minutes.
It's like a fucking F-16 magic carpet. It's very fast. They can break the sound barrier.
I mean, it's magic, so like, anything fucking goes.
I want someone to do the math on that magic carpet because it's probably flying at speeds that like a lot of people die. Like
Aladdin's flesh should be torn off his body.
Call the Mythbusters.
I mean, it would work perfectly.
1, we need you to make a flying carpet, and then 2, we need you to superpower it to the point that it can go 900 miles an hour and see if human flesh can withstand it.
I mean, it would work perfectly fine at whatever speed it needs to, provided that there's some kind of like glass canopy over the magic carpet to protect them.
The carpet just hands Aladdin like some goggles. Okay.
Basically, they need to redesign the magic carpet to contain a bubble dome.
Just make it a fighter jet. It totally changes the end of the movie. They fucking raid the palace instead of a fucking carpet. He shows up, blows it up with a fighter jet.
Except instead of like 3 jet engines, it's just 3 carpets attached to the wings that you
through those little carpet tassels.
He just shows up with America.
But so anyway, there is a pyramid level. I believe in the Genesis one, like you beat the first Agrabah level, and then there's a level that's for no reason set in the desert, and then you're back in Agrabah for like a 3rd level. So both games are like, they both do things that just weren't exactly in the movie. But the pyramid level, there's a boss that has like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a sarcophagus face, like a fucking
death mask.
Yeah, basically a death mask. And you get approached by this haunted death mask, and you jump on it once, And yeah, that defeats it, and it turns out that it's a boo. And then you leave the level. You can't possibly lose that boss fight. it's it's a fun diversion. Like the level's cool, but yeah, it's a totally pointless diversion in the game. Which I mean, the same could be said for the level that takes place inside Genie's lamp. Like that definitely doesn't happen in the movie. Like at no point it's like, hey, you freed me. Why don't you come inside for a minute? I got a fucking, House of Horrors in here for you to try to get through. Like, what? What is this, Saw 6?
How many times are we going to reference the Saw movies tonight? Jesus.
I've decided it's the callback for everything.
Okay. I'll write that down.
Oh, man. Just, okay, but better or worse, the Aladdin that came out recently or a new Saw movie starring the genie? Putting people through a House of Horrors.
Who's playing the genie? Because that could make or break this.
Good question. It's up to you. But no matter what, it needs to be a blue magical person setting up a House of Horrors for a bunch of people.
Can it be Tobias from Arrested Development?
Yes. Yes, it can. Of course it can, John. Yeah, I can't top that. Everything would be better if it had Tobias. But Aladdin for SNES is great, man. It's a lot of fun. It's a pretty basic platformer, but it's got good level design. It's tough but fair. You get the fun of repeat playing it by trying to collect all the red jewels. If you collect all the red jewels, you get a special ending. I don't remember what it was. Yeah, it's a blast, man. It's good stuff. I'm really sick of this rivalry, John. This whole Aladdin rivalry has gone too far between us, quite frankly. I'm sorry.
Should join people, not separate them.
Yeah, exactly. Like it did this year when it came out, and everybody hated it.
I mean, it's fine. It wasn't bad, but it wasn't great.
Wait, did it come out in theaters already?
Yeah.
Yes, it did.
I miss that? Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yes, John. Jeez. Try to keep up, man. The one media company releases movies every week, and you're obligated to pay to go see them. You need to go see our Lord, our overlord of media.
I, for one, welcome our mouse overlord.
Jesus Christ! I, for one, welcome Will Smith with weird CGI blue pecs. But
he was actually one of the better parts of the movie. But
I'm not surprised. How could he not be? He's Will fucking Smith. He's the better part of. He's the best part of all the bad movies that he's in. Like, did we see Suicide Squad, David?
No, we did not.
You didn't?
Oh, I saw that opening night.
I haven't seen it either.
Spoilers, David. Guess what? Will Smith's one of the best parts. Trying to think what else, Did you see Ali, David? Guess what? Will Smith's the best part. He plays the titular character.
6 Degrees of Separation.
Yeah, did you see 6 Degrees of Separation, David?
I'm not sure. Is that the one where Will Smith is gay for some reason?
Yeah.
Yes, I have seen that one.
He was the best part. Oh, he has a great butt. He's got a great ass.
You might see his dick in it too. I'm not. It's been a while since I've seen it.
Anyway,
Game 3.
Aladdin on SNES is great. It doesn't deserve anybody's ire anymore. Johnny, unblacklist it. Accept it. It's a fine game, and you and I could finally make peace about this.
Game 3.
Thank you. All right, guys. So this is our fan request for the evening. This one came to us via our Discord server. I'm not gonna. I mean, fuck. I don't know what the rules are in Discord. This came to us from Jet Steel on Discord, who actually is Patreon superfan producer Damien Beckles. So thank you very much, Damien, for this request. And this game takes place on a fictional planet called Quintenix, a portmanteau of the developing and publishing companies Quintet and Enix.
Shit.
All right. Yeah. Be prepared, John.
All right.
Let's have it. Johnny has drawn a penis. And Jesse and David have the correct answer. It's RoboTrack.
I gotta say, I'm kind of disappointed with Johnny's penis right there. It just
That was the
seemed kinda
fastest penis
lackluster.
we've ever drawn.
It's not the first time anybody said that.
Oh.
Man.
I was gonna try to spin something about that's the fastest penis I've ever drawn. Like, oh, not even your old roommates, or
Hey, you gotta be fast on the draw on a penis.
like drawing his penis out of his shorts. Like,
Whoa!
Oh, I thought you meant sneakily trying to draw it on a sketch pad while he's sleeping or something, and he wakes up
Like
and
a
catches
flute?
you, and then you have a meeting with the RA, and it's just really awkward and weird, and I really don't recommend doing that. / I wouldn't know.
that is a very specific. Like,
What was the name of the
hypothetical.
case manager, John?
Let's just move past this. I
let's
don't want to
move
bring
on.
Harvey into this.
Game 4.
Sorry, RoboTrack. It got weird. Anyway, so RoboTrack. No penises in this game, that's for sure. Because you play as robots. Robots with no penises. Because this is not that kind of game. It's a kids-ish game. Like, have any of us ever played this?
I have not.
Not very much.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna say it seems like the kind of thing Jesse would have picked up because it's like a RPG with like kind of like active like hybrid like turn-based battle system, and it's got customizable characters. Someone they made the very long walk of a comparison saying it was kind of a precursor to Pokemon because it's like kind of for kids and it's got a lot of customization. I'm like, okay, that's interesting, but it's like, no, you make a party of 3 robots to fight the other things with, and yeah, you can like customize the parts and like have cool custom robots, but it's not so much Pokemon. But I like the comparison because I like things that make RPG mechanics fun for kids. Like, and clearly it's worked because RPG mechanics are in fucking everything now. But yeah, this game looks fun, man. It's got colorful robots and a funny like weird cartoon world called Quintenix. They didn't even try to hide the fact they weren't being very creative. Like,
yeah, it was kind of thrown off when you're like, oh, people are describing it as like the precursor to Pokemon. So you command robots on an alien planet. Like, how is this similar to Pokemon?
It's similar in the sense that it's baby's first RPG.
Okay.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. There's no no other connection. But man, a Pokemon robot controlling game set on a different planet would also be pretty great. And actually, who's to say that's not what Pokemon is? Can't prove it wrong. But yeah, it's a pretty cool game. It's it's just childish. It's funny. It's got that classic SNES thing of box art that makes it look more serious or confusing than it is. Like on the box art it just says like Robotrek in big red letters, and it has like a picture of like a satellite or like a Death Star or something. I'm like, okay, cool. So we got like a front mission type game, like some hardcore mech shit. And it's like, no, it's a children's game about robots. Like, you got blue, yellow, and green robots. I'm like, okay, why is the box art like that? And I think the answer is no one knew how to make box art right for the games back in the day. Like, what the fuck was with box art back in the day?
Wasn't it?
Like,
I think it was Phalanx
on the
Super Nintendo, where it's like
what the hell?
playing the banjo, and it's like a space shooter game.
It's like a bullet hell space shooter game, and the fucking cover is just a guy in a rocking chair playing a banjo. Like, who were you thinking you could sell that to? Like, it's not. You don't like make a magazine ad the fucking cover of the game. Like, you make your magazine ad confusing as shit. It draws people in. You maybe have like the name of the game tattooed on the side of a guy with a mohawk or something. It makes no sense. The box art should actually draw you into the game. And Hillbilly playing a banjo or like just the butthole of a space station on the Robotrek's fucking cover. It's like, no, that's not enough. Like, just show some fun robots. Like,
I don't know what it is. Phalanx did not meet sales expectations anywhere except in Mississippi. The game sold really well in Mississippi.
Oh, we thought it was one of them dang old bluegrass games.
Yeah. Phalanx, I hardly know her.
That's a good one, Earl.
It's also the most returned game in the history of Mississippi. Like, what even is this? But yeah, I'd like to play this Robotrek, man. I don't know if they ever bothered making sequels to this, because apparently it sold like absolute shit. Probably because they put a fucking boring space station on the cover and didn't make it look like a fun robot game. Like, it's bizarre to me. It's like, you're trying to sell a colorful robot game to kids, and you draw like, a fucking 70s prog rock album cover. It's like, no. Or if you're going to make it colorful, you idiots. Like, the only color here is blue. Looks like a fucking, looks like a screenshot from a Michael Mann movie. It's like, that's really nice, but that doesn't tell you anything. What the fuck? Like,
oh wow. I was just looking up this game, and apparently it was reported that the game sold 20,000 copies in North America.
Yeah, man, it was big time. That's it's how you fucking mishandle something. So no, they didn't fucking make any more of these, and with good reason. Someone was clearly trying to get fired. But yeah, you play as a kid. You have to customize your robots, give them some fun moves. I mean, there's not much to say about it. It's got a cool soundtrack. It's made by Enix. Enix was always into making some fun, weird games, man. I'm looking at you, Evo Search for Eden, and I don't know, to an extent, Illusion of Gaia and whatnot. Like, I wish Enix was still its own company. Like, they need to be making games this weird with the backing.
They make Dragon Quest.
Okay, well, fair enough. I was gonna say they just need to be making games this weird with the backing of a major studio. Like, have those guys focusing on their normal, all their great JRPGs, but then also every now and then have them crank out something really stupid and swarming with magic robots that takes place on a nonsense planet. Make it for kids. Like, you can't rely on indie developers to do this. You need to be able to push this on people. But I don't know. It looks fun. Jesse, so you did play it somewhat, or
just a little bit? It's one of those games that I would dick around in on an emulator or something.
Right. I mean, it draws you in. And the name like Robotrek, it's like, oh yeah, I'd like to fucking get into that. That sounds fun. And it's like, all right, it's baby's first RPG. It's not necessarily a game you stick with, but I wouldn't mind fucking dropping a few hours on this one. I think I looked it up on like how long to beat, because I'm like, God, like how long can you really maintain my attention with like a simple robot fighting game? And it's like actually main story it's like 6 hours. I'm like, oh, okay, I can do that. So yeah, might be something worth revisiting. Maybe we'll get good at like speed running or something. Johnny, work on speed running RoboTrek when you have the chance.
Okay.
I know you've been busy implementing a lot of features on GTT Radio, but add the RoboTrek soundtrack, and then work on getting good at this game enough to speed run it. I think it takes 6 hours to beat. I bet you could do it in 2.
I'm not going to do that, John.
I mean, it's.
I see one speed run is 3 hours and 47 minutes.
Johnny, you can do so much better than that, and it'll honor our patron, man. Damien, he's a great requester, and he clearly asked us to play this so that he can only hear the soundtrack and see you devote a lot of your life to speed running it. I think you should do it, John.
All
You're
right.
gonna let him down.
No,
Yeah.
I can't do that.
Okay, good.
Good job.
Thank you. So yeah, we'll see you next. See you. Wait, when's Summer Games Done Quick? Is that like next week?
Oh God, I should look that up. I don't know.
Johnny, you better be ready because I've actually entered you. So we'll see you all at Summer Games Done Quick for Johnny's RoboTrek run. I'll be the guy on the couch describing what he's doing. And
It's like I've never played this before.
God.
Jesus Christ, what am I doing here?
I would love to show up to Games Done Quick and speedrun a game I've never actually
Oh
played.
my god, that'd be so fun. People would be like, "What
And
is happening?"
have us on the couch describing what's going on, despite the fact that we've never played it.
Yeah.
either.
Oh God, people would be pissed.
Dude, it would be so fucking funny if we could get like a 3 a.m. block where we're not actually good at a game. Like,
I love the idea of doing summer like games done quick, and we take like an 8-hour speed run.
we just beat something at a normal pace with a couple
We
of game
take-
overs.
We
I
take
just-
longer than it's supposed to take.
I just play
We
like
100% it.
I just play Toe Jam and Earl normally.
Great idea. So yeah, let's work on that. Let's see if they have any open slots. I'm sure they do. There's got to be an unused portion of the show where Game That Tune can show up and ruin Games Done Quick.
I think
And in
the
the
secret
meantime-
is we have to tell them that we're not going to ruin it. That
Yeah.
kind of tips our hand.
Right. Guys, don't you know this? This is Johnny RoboTrek Regan. Guy knows the game front and back.
Just
he knows all the
imagine how much-
combos.
Just imagine how much money people will donate to make us stop.
It's like most of the options on Games Done Quick. It's like, do I do the extra quest or do I not? It's like, should I stop playing this game or should I not? It's like, we've got a $10,000 donation that begs you to stop. Like,
We will only stop
alright,
this
cool.
game when we hit $1 million.
Fantastic. So yeah, RoboTrek Done Quick. It's the new Patreon goal. Thank you, Damien, for the request. And Johnny, pull yourself away from learning RoboTrek real quick to play us game 4.
Game 4.
So even though this game was made in Japan, the Japanese title included USA. How you guys feeling?
Feeling pretty good.
Cool. Yeah, this game has a good soundtrack.
Yes. And in preparing for this episode, this is exactly the game I thought you were going to select.
Oh, wow. All right, so we got Mega Man Soccer from Johnny, incorrect. And David and John both say Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, and they are correct. So yeah, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. It's funny you were mentioning Baby's
It's
first
the-
RPG.
Real quick, so this is the one where you have to shake it fast and watch yourself.
Yeah, that's it.
It's the one where your Final Fantasy guys, but you rap and you yell a lot.
Yeah, yeah.
Cool. Just making sure we're on the same page on that one.
But
go on.
So yeah, it
I'll
was
let
funny
everybody
you were
else
mentioning.
unpack that.
Is Mystic a rapper?
It's mystical.
Mystical. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's terrible.
Okay. Cool. But yeah, this is a lot of people call this Baby's first RPG. So Japan weren't sure how Americans would take Final Fantasy games. The United States had the first one on NES, and so they made this game, and it's basically like kind of like that. It's like an easy version of Final Fantasy. You only get 2 characters, and usually the second character is a little overpowered. The battle system is fairly simple, and but it's still kind of charming. Like it's definitely something to like check out. The music is awesome. Like it's really good Final Fantasy music. The battle music is so good. But it's just super duper easy. Yeah.
I never understood why they did this. Like I always saw this like, on the shelves. I never bothered playing it, but I'm like, Mystic Quest. And why does it look, this game looks like Final Fantasy, but it's got Mega Man holding up a sword on the cover. I mean, like, I don't know what's going on here.
It's weird.
And, like, I don't understand why they had such a weird hesitation with the United States and Final Fantasy for a while. Because, like, it took us, I mean, which ones did we miss out? Was it 4 and 5? Like, they were cranking Final Fantasies out.
We missed out on 2, 3, and then we got 4, and then we got 6.
Right, because 6 was Final Fantasy 3, and 4 was
4
Final
was 2.
Fantasy 2. Right. Okay, yeah, I literally, it gets a little boggled in there, but yeah, it's like, why didn't you trust America to dig on Final Fantasy? Like, is it that you didn't want to saturate the market, or did you really think we were that disinterested? Because guess what, Final Fantasy games, they're great. Like, why wouldn't you crank as many of these out as possible? And it's like, okay, well, maybe they're ready for Kefka. but we better give them Mystic Quest first to really see if they want it.
I was going to say, it gets even more confusing because I think, is it Final Fantasy Adventure, which is actually like the first mana game? Like,
it is.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, oh, we have this other series. Well, we better call that Final Fantasy in case.
Yeah, and let's condemn that to the Game Boy. Oh, okay, cool. Should we attach Final Fantasy to Secret of Mana? No, God, seriously, we're trying to launch a brand here. Clearly, these Americans are easily, turned off to Final Fantasy games. So call it Secret of Mana. Do you guys want that sequel for America? Fuck no. Never. Never, not ever. Man, glad time proved me wrong on that one. But Mystic Quest, this wasn't like remade as anything. Like, have they gone back and kind of canonized this or anything, or is this just the weird SNES Final Fantasy picture book?
Yeah, it's just
they started us out with.
It's because like it's got like an overworld, like a Mario Brothers, like you go to little areas on a little map. And then when you go into them, you can see all the enemies on the map, and they're stand in one place, so you don't have to usually you have to go through them, so you have to fight them, and then you do get to see your characters when you fight, so that's a plus.
Good, very good. Jesse's seal of approval.
Yeah, there you go. I didn't complete because I played this last week just a little bit to see because. People always tell me, "Oh, it's just it sucks. It's too easy and stuff." And I play, and it is easy. But it's charming though. Like I don't know, it's kind of cool for what it is. Seeing this old, like you were saying, baby's first RPG.
Mm-hmm.
And this one you could, I've seen speed runs for like an hour and a half to 2 hours. Nice. So this game is very short.
Sweet. Johnny, I'm going to need you to get good at Final Fantasy Mystic Quest now. I just secured us another block on Summer Games Done Quick.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Here comes Mystic Johnny.
Exactly. It's Johnny Mystical.
So is our plan
maybe we shouldn't use that name anymore.
Is our plan to suck ass at RoboTruck and for them to somehow not figure out that I'm doing another block layer that week?
Hey, you're the same guy.
Hey, wait a minute.
Yeah.
This guy really fucked with us the other day.
No. I'm Johnny the Mystic Quest guy, man. That Johnny RoboTruck can go fuck himself.
Yeah,
yeah, definitely.
It's just you without glasses, so that means it makes it even harder for you to play.
No, I mean, I think the only logical thing to do is to get David good at Mystic Quest. David, you own an SNES, right? Famously.
Several. In fact, I believe I mentioned in this very episode that I never had a Super Nintendo as a child.
So you're ready. This is, you are the guy that Square Enix was going after. It's like, little baby needs his baba. Let's get him Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. That'll sell him an SNES.
Don't patronize me.
I feel like David is a very capable gamer, and he could probably actually speed run it at a decent time.
Yeah.
So there wouldn't be any fun in that. We want Johnny to bumble around with a controller.
Jesse, I love that comment because of how it was like flattering to me, and then I loved it more because it shit on Johnny.
If you're gonna feed David and Johnny a flattery shit sandwich, which they eat end to end and then kiss, that's the way to do it.
Oh my God, Lady the Tramp, but it's a shit sandwich.
I was gonna say Lady and the Tramp, except my half is bread and your half is shit.
Oh
no! Wait, what kind of sandwich is this? You need 2 pieces of bread. Is this an open-faced sandwich? What is this?
Also, when you do kiss, Johnny's gonna have shit all in his mouth. So you're gonna get shit in your mouth anyway.
Yeah, you're not winning on this one.
Yeah.
We're both losing.
I don't know. Maybe you're winning because you're kissing me and wait a minute, this bread will soak up the shit.
What do you
It's a
have
real
bread hanging out of your mouth?
It's a real scorched earth kind of move. Like, all right, we're gonna split this shit sandwich. What? No, why?
Oh my god!
I don't,
All that.
I
That all
don't know.
definitely happens in Mystic Quest, right? Like you only get 2 characters. And at some point, they lady and tramp their way through a disgusting sandwich, right?
I don't know what phrase in particular, but somewhere in there is our episode title.
Oh yeah. This episode is definitely an open-faced shit sandwich. But
They're gonna be like, God, these guys don't like Super Nintendo at all.
Somebody hits a piece of bread with shit on it, calls it open faced shit sandwich. Excuse me.
oh god, yeah, pretty sure that's one of the traps in Saw 6.
You are committed to that
Yes.
bit.
So anyway,
Game 5.
Jesse. Yeah, anything else on Mystic Quest? Next thing, Game 5.
No, it's all right.
Game 5.
end of this game, the main character raises their weapon towards the main villain of the game. There is a discrepancy in the translations. In the original Japanese version, they are quickly calmed down, but in the American version, they are prepared to murder the villain of the game. What a baseline. So, who has their answers ready?
I believe I'm quoting you from last episode. Ain't no shot like a shot in the dark, baby. Oh, wait. Maybe it's not.
We have got a hat trick. Everybody says Mega Man 7.
Well, that was easier than I thought.
That was a subtle hint, that comment about that last song and bass line, because that was actually the theme of bass, who was introduced in this game.
Who?
I'm sorry, Forte.
Thank you. No, I'm sorry. I thought his name was Bass.
Only when he's built by Dr. Wawi.
Yes, that's good. If he was Bass, he would be in a different kind of game. God, can we get a Mega Man King Salmon crossover where you're fishing for different robot masters, please? Yes, we can. Yes. And let's discuss that rather than Mega Man 7. Hot take: I don't care about Mega Man 7.
Yeah, I forgot. You really don't like this game, do you? Which is a shame, because this game's actually pretty fucking cool.
It's very pretty.
It is. I feel like Mega Man 7 has kind of the Mega Man 6 problem of when it came out, people were already playing Mega Man X, so nobody gave a shit.
I mean, that's right, but I hate the Mega Man 6 problem, because Mega Man 6 is still good.
Mega Man 7 is still good.
Is it, though?
Yes.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it? I can't straighten my tire.
Is 7 the one where you get the soccer ball and you kick around?
No, that's 8.
Okay, thank God, because I was going to say that would be the nail in the coffin.
I thought that was Mega Man Soccer, where you get the soccer ball.
Shut up, John.
You already guessed that, and you were wrong.
Right.
No, 7's the one where you get the Rush Super Adapter, where you get to fly around and punch.
That's 6.
No, because those are two separate ones. 7 combines the two of them.
Okay, well, yeah, thank God we, streamlined our rush adapters.
Jesus.
No, well, I didn't. Just,
I would
John,
also
those
like to
weren't
take.
even
I would.
words.
Neil
I
Peart was
know.
a fucking
I'm a
drummer, man.
podcast host. What's wrong with me?
I would like to take this moment to remind everybody listening that earlier in this very episode, John chose a game specifically to call out Johnny for shitting on a game.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, John, justify Mega Man 7.
It's fine.
No, it's not.
Mega Man comes close to murdering Dr. Wily in cold blood at the end. It's a very
yeah, which I think
different
is
ending.
fucking nuts. Because in the Japanese version, like, both versions have Mega Man, like, charging his buster at Wily. And in the Japanese version, he's like, oh no, robots are forbidden from harming humans. And Mega Man just has, like, a ... and doesn't do anything. But hang on, let me pull it up. In the American version, they wanted to make him more badass. And Mega Man states, I am more than a robot. Die Wily. So it's like he's literally going to fucking kill Wily and then stops at the end.
God, that would have been a great ending.
It really would have. Like, especially because Mega Man X was already out. Like, Mega Man X was already kind of edgy and cool. It's like, all right, well, we're back to Mega Man 7. We have numbers instead of X's. And he doesn't have cool body armor anymore. And it's not the Mega
He
Man
totally
future.
has cool body armor. He gets the super adapter.
Yeah, not the same. But yeah, it would have
Maybe
just taken
murders.
things to a cool new edgy place if he straight like murdered Dr. Wily. Oh man.
Although that's
Oh.
one thing that I do think is cool is that ending, because the game starts with, at the end of Mega Man 6, like, you capture Wily and put him in jail, like Wily doesn't get away. So the Mega Man 7 starts with Wily having 4 robots, like, in a special, in case I get caught, hold. So they come to life and then start, like, destroying the city and everything, and Mega Man has to stop them, blah, blah, blah. So I like the fact that the story continues on, like, and it basically ends with Mega Man essentially saying, it's like, okay, I tried capturing you, you got away. I tried putting you in jail, you got away. Fuck it, I'm done.
Yeah.
Let's finish this.
Exactly. I was watching the RoboCop movies. I'm gonna fucking kill you.
God, the Batman Beyond of Mega Man games. Oh, it's getting all real dark, real gritty.
That is a very specific reference, but well
Batman
done,
Beyond.
Johnny.
I was gonna say, did Batman Beyond kill people?
The beginning of Batman Beyond, it's like old
Or-
Bruce on his last mission as
Did I say-
Batman, and
Did I say Beyond? Because I definitely meant Begins.
oh, see, I thought you were making an actual reference, but you weren't.
No,
Fuck.
I've never seen Beyond. I have no idea what that is.
Oh, Dr. Wily's played by Liam Neeson.
Oh man.
My name is
That would actually
merely
be-
Dr. Wily.
That would be good casting, but
Yeah,
I-
that would be great.
I liked Mega Man 7. It added exploration elements. There were different things that you could find, like, in the stages. I know in, I believe, Junkman stage, there was like a lava, like, fire waterfall that you could freeze with Freeze Man's weapon. And then you could find, like, a hidden
I like
item
it.
behind that. You could use
Here's the problem.
Cloud.
Junkman isn't a penis-themed boss.
So once you defeat Cloudman, you get, like, an electric weapon that you could use to, like, power up different, like, machinery in the game. Turbo Man gave you, like, a fire weapon that you could burn down trees in Slash Man stage to discover, like, a hidden area where you could rescue Beat. Like, there was exploration. The levels were big. The graphics were colorful. It was a fun game. John disagrees.
I keep thinking back to John earlier, so that, you know, they're still using numbers instead of X's, which is really not correct, because Mega Man X then went to Mega Man X2. They never went to Mega Man XX and Mega Man XXX, which I would love to see.
No, I've seen that. On
I was gonna say, I mean, they made Mega Man XXX, but that's only at Wood Rocket. So
Yeah, man, that Mega Buster. It's whew.
It busts all over.
Mega bust
It
in her
sure
face.
does.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I don't know, man. I honestly, that's the thing. Mega Man 7 felt like a step backward to me. Besides, like what you were saying about like how you could do the cool exploration stuff. I like that. That's cool. Like there's incentive to explore levels using different Robot Master weapons. But like it just felt like, okay, well, we're X boys now. We got Mega Man X, man. We got Zero, and we got Sigma. Like Dr. Wily's still a thing. I don't give a fuck. Like, how am I supposed to go backwards, man? You can't go back with these things. And then, they proved me wrong. They figured out a way to go backwards. Go way backwards and make Mega Man 9. Like that's how you do it. You don't just keep trying to make new numbered Mega Mans for current systems because they turn out like Mega Man 7 and Mega Man 8. Let us, not speak of that.
Yeah, but Mega Man 11 was good.
I'm sure it is. I still have yet to play it. But
it's really good.
Yeah, I know. It's on my list. But, and my other counterpoint for Mega Man 7, excuse me for a brief burp. Shade Man. What the fuck?
What?
You make a compelling argument, John.
Yeah. He's a vampire robot? Like, bull
yeah.
shit.
As opposed to Centaur Man, a
Fuck
centaur
yeah.
robot who is half man, half horse, all robot.
Yeah, that's the tagline for his porno, David.
Yeah, that math adds up.
Yeah,
but like a vampire robot, does he suck oil? Or like, how's that work? Like, what does he do that's vampire-y?
Right. Oh, he sucks all right.
Does the sun hurt him? Like what?
I was so close to using the Shade Man like alternate music track that's basically just the Ghost and Goblins remix and really fucking with y'all. But I decided against it.
Boo. No, man. Fuck Shade Man. I honestly, I just have never understood that fucking robot. Like, Centaur Man's dope. Because seriously, that seems like some idiot robot maker's passion project. I guess that'd be Dr. Wily's passion project. It's like, I've always wanted an army of horsemen, but they can't exist in this world. So I'm going to make Centaur Man. And he's going to be, the greatest, tallest robot master there ever was. And it's like, all right, what else do you dream about? It's like, I don't know, man. I saw fucking like Nosferatu a couple weeks ago. Maybe we can do something with that. Like, no, that's a dumb idea for a robot. Don't do that. Oh, too late. I already sketched it out. He wears a lot of purple, and he's a vampire.
I feel like the one crossover you can't do is anything undead and robots, like vampire robot, zombie robot, mummy robot. Like none of those really make a lot of sense. Like,
I mean, they did Pharaoh Man, which
he's
is
not.
I was gonna say it's like
Skull
okay,
Man.
so Centaur robot, fine.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mummy robot,
Exceptional, actually.
fine.
No.
Top robot, fine.
Yeah. No. Wait.
Vampire robot. There's the fucking line.
Is there a mummy?
Pharaoh Man.
Pharaoh
you just
Man.
said that.
Is he a mummy though, or is he just a robot with a pharaoh's face? Like he just has a sphinx head.
He commands mummy robots in his stage.
That's right. You're right. He did. And
What
those
about
awful
Skull Man?
scorpions. He's just clearly dope. I don't know if you know this, Jesse, but he's really cool.
He is really cool.
He's like the Marowak of Mega Man. Like he's just awesome.
He's the Skullomania of Mega Man.
I like the idea that Skull Man only exists because another robot master died and he put on that robot's face.
Why does robot have a skull?
Okay,
That's
John,
a good question.
John, I know as soon as you said that, I started laughing, but I don't want you to think that I think it's a stupid idea. That is the most on-point thing you have ever said on this show.
Well, what? I do what you think is a stupid idea because it is a really stupid idea. Let's call a spade. Like,
Skullman and Alolan Marowak are literally the same character. But, Yeah, no, vampire robot just makes no sense. I mean, I don't understand it. I don't want to understand it.
What I think is funny though is this game features a robot made of springs, and you don't seem to have issue with that. It's just the vampire robot.
Why would anyone have issue with a robot made entirely of springs? That's awesome.
Have you played ARMS?
Yeah, duh.
Because it makes sense. It's still mechanical. When you get into vampires, it's like, wait. So is he not allowed to go into the sun? Does he have to drink blood? Why is he that? Just doesn't make any sense.
You have to invite him into your lair to have the robot master fight.
Again, have y'all played a Mega Man game? It's we're going to have a mini boss that's a giant robot squid. That's fine.
That's fine.
Hey, this robot is based off a vampire. What the fuck?
Yeah, no, he'd be fine as a mini boss. But to have him actually be a blank man, it's no. He's a stage hazard at worst. This guy, I don't know what robot master you replace him with, but you don't have a fucking, a boss based on a vampire.
No,
I mean, it's just
so
fucking dumb.
Blank Man sounds like a pretty great robot master. He could be like the missing no of Mega Man.
Blank Man's already a thing, Johnny.
Oh, damn it.
Yeah, it's a superhero movie from the 90s.
Oh my god, I would love so much if Mega Man 12 had Blank Man and you literally have to fight Damon Wayans.
Yeah. But, I don't know, man. I just for some reason I object severely to Shade Man. Yeah. You guys all know the secret reason that I object to Shade Man. A friend of ours ruined it for all of us. But in all actuality, when attempting to play Mega Man 7, I just don't enjoy it. It's just
Again, everything else makes sense. It's a squid, so you have water stage, you make a squid robot, you shove it in the water, and it's got the water properties to give it an advantage in the water. But what properties would a vampire robot have that gives it any advantage? It sounds like it would all be disadvantages. Vampires can't go in the sun, so now your robot doesn't work for half the day. Why would you do that?
The advantages are it can fly and has sonic bursts.
So do bat robots. Just make a bat robot.
So why didn't they just call him Batman?
Because that was taken.
They should have just taken it back.
Excuse me, DC.
Yeah, no. If that was the case, they could have called him Batman Beyond.
Okay, that's it. We figured it out. The 8 robot masters of Mega Man 12. Batman, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Superman.
Oh my god.
All good.
Oh, the licensing on
going.
that's going to be insane.
Ant-Man.
I wish I could say Aquaman, but Aquaman was in Mega Man 8.
My man. My man. I mean, come on. We need, how many more do we need? There can't be that many.
We got to make the licensing more complicated. What's the superhero not owned by DC and Marvel that you can throw in there just to make it terrible?
Savage Dragon Man.
Oh, Savage Dragon.
Hellboy Man.
Watchman.
The Watchman. Yeah, Dr. Manhattan. Nope, still DC. But yeah, no, I'm just saying that, if he was just Batman, they should have just called him goddamn Batman. It turns out, why'd they go with Shade Man? Shade isn't scary or cool.
Why did they call him Shade? Why did they call him
even wearing shade
instead of Ninja Man?
Because he attacks from the shadows. He's a ninja. I mean,
I would love Shade Man. All he does is sit there and insult you the whole time.
Just
constantly throwing shade.
Yeah, that would actually be really good. I'm glad you brought the Mega Buster into this fight. Damn, man, was that did he just hit me with some shade? Oh no.
Instead of his normal entry pose where he kind of menacingly threatens you, he just has a little cup of tea that he slowly sips out of.
Exactly. Oh, no shade, no tea, my man.
Oh, your mother would be real proud of you right now, wouldn't she? Whoa.
Shit. I don't have a mother. I'm a robot. Pew, pew, pew.
He just explodes immediately.
If Mega Man gets shaded, he gets fucking killed. He can't handle any shade. No, that's not the case. He easily handles Shade Man. Shade Man sucks. It's just not that cool. They could just go. I mean, literally just make it Dark Man. There's a number of other ways to make this better than Shade Man. Like it's just It's just like I don't know. It's not an intimidating or interesting thing. I don't shade. Like what do you do with shade? Like
you're sitting
like
when it's hot
nightshade?
outside.
yeah, exactly. Like it's hot out, but in the shade, it's all right. So
Oh yeah, you show up to his lair, he hands you a lemonade. It's just real nice and cool in there. Like, all right, this is refreshing.
A breeze blows, and then you continue your yard work, and you're fine. Like,
he helps you mow the lawn. He sets up a hammock for you.
Anyway, for all my not wanting to talk about Shade Man, I've made this segment entirely about Shade Man.
I was gonna say, I love the fact that our Mega Man 7 segment has run like 15 to 20 minutes, and about 2 has been discussing Mega Man 7.
I hate him. I hate him so much, David. You had to know this, picking this.
Okay, and you know why I chose this? Because the theme was Super Nintendo games, and I've only played like 6. So this is where we were at.
I like it, David. I like it a lot. I don't, but I like it.
I enjoy Mega Man 7, and I think I've officially tapped out on Super Nintendo games that I have personally played. So that's all I have to say.
You better be ready to bring it strong for next week's TurboGrafx 16 episode. That's all I'm saying. David, anything else on Mega Man 7? Easily the best Mega Man game ever made.
I wouldn't go that far, but it is enjoyable, and
no man, that was some shade, man.
I enjoy this game.
I'm glad you do, man. It's all yours, Johnny. Calculating computer.
Calculating computer activated. Computers. Beeps.
George Lucas slamming his dick in
Scoring complete. This game's winner is David Fleming.
For enduring my gauntlet of Shade Man Shade. Congratulations, David. You've won the episode. Also, because you scored the most points. You may not have owned a Super Nintendo, but through a combination of excellent music knowledge and a much quieter keyboard stroke this week, you've managed to get all the answers correct without being disqualified. So
I'd chalk that up to a little secret tip that I have called blind luck.
Yeah. Let's just say I got help from a little box.
Let's just say my phone keyboard doesn't make sounds.
You change your answers with a computer? No! So, David, fantastic SNES game. I assume that you've done so well on this one that we will do the first ever carryover theme and continue with SNES games in the next episode. Will we not?
False.
So, what then, David, is the theme for the next episode?
So actually, I was thinking it's getting to be the end of June. It's getting to be the middle of summer. Everybody is hot. Everybody
be the start of summer.
Okay,
summer starts,
if you
this week.
If you want to get technical, summer will be starting. Regardless, the sun is out, it is hot, and everybody's looking to cool off, possibly by taking a swim. So I'm thinking of games with beaches, water levels, swimming.
Hell yeah, man. Let's keep it cool with some watery games. Water levels.
Make it wet.
Yeah, dude. We're going to get so wet on next week's episode. Not literally in our systems. That usually breaks them. I've lost many a handheld to a swimming pool. I don't want to explain why. David, I love that theme. I love it. So,
Wait, what is it? What is it explain? Just dropped a handheld in a pool. End of story.
You don't want to know how many times I've done it, John. I don't.
12
terrible,
per day.
a terrible and unique story for everyone. Oh Jesus. And they didn't know the rice trick back with the old gray brick Game Boys. I had to go buy a new one.
The gray brick Game Boy didn't need a rice trick. That thing would survive that thing survived the Gulf War.
Yeah, because no one dunked it in water first.
Yeah. Not much water over there.
Yeah, exactly. The driest war in history, you say?
I'm sorry, I got confused. I thought it was taking near an actual gulf.
That was the joke. It's a fucking confusing war.
Gulf is an oil company.
Oh,
I
anyway.
up what the wettest war in history was.
Vietnam.
Maybe.
Probably, yeah.
Pretty human.
Probably some battle that primarily took place at sea is what I would guess.
I saw Pearl Harbor. It was a little bit wet. But anyway, great theme, David. So the theme is games including water of some kind. Let's clarify this just a hair.
Wet war games.
Water world games.
Oh God! No.
Oh man.
Oh wait, no. Oh, now I want to choose Water
Spoilers!
World Virtual Boy.
Kevin Costner games.
No, just games featuring like large bodies of water or swimming or games set at a beach. Just anything that involves large bodies of water. Because I don't want
Water
to say.
sports.
I was gonna say because I don't want to say like games featuring water and have Johnny pick some like random ass walking sim where you drink from a bottle of water.
He'll do it. You know he will, John.
That sounds great.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Yep, it does. So we'll see if Johnny fucks up next week by doing that. Thank you, everybody, for listening. This has been a fantastic episode. Thanks to everybody watching live along with us. We're live every Wednesday night, twitch.tv/GameThatTune, youtube.com/GameThatTune, facebook.com/GameThatTune. Join us. We love having you guys for our live broadcast. Thank you to everybody chatting along with us. Find our Discord server at GameThatTune.com, and thank you for chattering along in our chat box. Thank you to everybody listening in podcast form. We come out on iTunes or anywhere you get your podcasts on Wednesday mornings, and we appreciate everybody listening there. Thank you to everybody who checks out patreon.com/GameThatTune. It is the awesome home for our fun exclusives. We've got GTT gems. We've got Jesse's Covered Up. We've occasionally got a mixtape. We are eventually going to record more movie commentaries or figure out another more fun project to do. The project was stalled by a combination of personal issues and wing commanders. So we'll figure out what's coming next at patreon.com/GameThatTune. But we do appreciate you guys being patrons over there. Special thanks to our super fan tier producers, Alex Messenger, Lance Revere, Damian Beckles, Bradford Stevens, all fantastic fellas and all great supporters of the show. Thank you to Damien for our request tonight. He is a Patreon super fan, and therefore he had request priority. So if you tried to make a request and you don't pay us money, we didn't listen to you. So you should consider paying us some money, like our man Damien did. But he sent us his request in our Discord server, so hit us up there. You can also email us, gamethattune@gmail.com. Hit us up on Twitter at gamethattune. Hit us up over on YouTube at GTT Radio. We're in there all the time. We got awesome new features going on, and if you hit us up with a request, if I'm feeling generous, I might just go home that day and throw it in the stream, even if we haven't used it on the show. That's probably why we were a little confused when Super Mario Kart came up, because I added that to the GTT radio stream months ago, and we still hadn't used it on the show yet. So smooth move, Johnny. But make your request over at GTT Radio, and it might just show up on the show. And you can hit us up individually on Twitter. I'm there at JGangsta187. You can find John Regan on Twitter at
JP Regan JR.
You can find Jesse Moore on Twitter at
Sega_legend.
And you can find David Fleming, this week's winner, on Twitter at
DFD Fleming.
All right, David, you've got the bonus tunes, and it's time to take us home. So what do you got for us, my man?
One of my favorite beachy, watery songs. This is Beach Bowl Galaxy from Super Mario Galaxy.
Let's go to the beach and smoke a bowl, people. Peace out, y'all. Super Mario Kart is copyright 1992 Nintendo of America Incorporated. Aladdin is copyright 1993 Capcom Company Limited. RoboTrek is copyright 1994 Enix Corporation. Final Fantasy Mystic Quest is copyright 1992 Squaresoft. Mega Man 7 is copyright 1995 Capcom Company Limited.